Hi, welcome to AP Physics. Today I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview of the course and what it all entails. Here we can see this is my dashboard. Your student will have a dashboard similar with all the courses, little boxes with all the courses that they are taking. So when we're in this main Canvas page, one thing I want to point out is off to the side we have calendar. And this is one other really good button for students to be able to push and utilize. When they click on calendar, what comes up is lots of information. At the top, it will show what assignments are due, and there's a code to the right-hand side, which class, because it'll be all their classes, and it'll color code that, and different days, what's upcoming. And then really nice here is that all the office hours that are available, students can sign up for these. They can click on them and sign up for an office hour, which is a great thing. So Wednesdays from 12 to 3 is an absolute time where I will be available to help students. They just sign up for one session or more if they need to. If there's open spots available, I'm there just waiting for them. I will have office hours as well, try to make them on a daily basis, little times both before and after school, outside the live Zooms, where students can individually meet with me. They can also email me, of course, if there's any other concerns that they have about what we're doing. And this is the one I have created for AP Physics. And so I'm going to open that up just to show you what we have here. I run it with modules, and with the modules, we can see here there was a summer homework module. So there was 2 weeks worth of homework where the kids are, well, different lessons, a few lessons, information to do, a few assignments to do, and they should be coming in with some knowledge from that we're going to go over as we start the year. But I wanted to have them have a little bit of a head start in physics. So we can close that module up and say, so we can close that and see where we're going to be starting. Then we can see here, Introduction to Physics. We're going to spend a week or two reviewing some of the summer homework and then also learning about the course. You can see in the first module, Introduction to Physics, also our syllabus is there and the course outline I'm just about to show you. And then also how I plan on keeping some structure to the course. We can see here, I try to put things to do before the live or synchronous Zoom meeting, nothing at this time for the first one. And then what we'll be talking about during the live Zoom, just about the course. And then we can see work time, what they have to do right now, not too much looking at the syllabus. And then things to do before the next live would be having their syllabus signed, and you can see that is has a point and a date with it. That means it's an assignment, not just something to just do on their own. And they can upload a PDF file with the signed signature. So all of this can be online hand-in assignments. Then there's some videos on how to use Canvas, how to use quizzes, how to use Flipgrid, some of these tools that we'll be using for this class. So I'm going to try to set this up week-wise, week 1, week 2. I don't have too much out. We have to really get a feel for the course and how it's going to run with this block schedule, which we're not used to, and our synchronous and asynchronous meetings. So this will be new, but I will try to keep this as uploaded as possible with extra things for students to do and to make sure that everyone knows what we're working on every day. All right. So if a class is missed or something happened wrong with a Zoom meeting, it's not a problem because you can see what we did and definitely get anything that you missed in any content. There's no problem with that whatsoever. All right. So let me just show you then our syllabus here, which again, you will be getting a copy of. A virtual copy at least. We can see here This is Advanced Placement Physics 1. We now also offer AP 2, the second year of the program. So a number of years ago, the AP College Board broke physics into a 2-year program to try to make sure students really understood the content of the course. And up till now, Dexter only had the first year, which is really more like 3/4 of a college year, but because we did hit some topics of electricity. So it's definitely puts most students, even if they just have this, really in a good standing for taking college physics. This course requires 25% of our time to be spent in the lab, and I know that's a little bit going to be a little bit tricky this year, but we definitely are going to try to meet that. I know the students aren't going to be in the lab per se, but I will be taking videos of the labs we normally do, and then having either pictures. I've done this already for one of the first labs, taking pictures of the equipment where they have to, using the pictured ruler, make measurements and fill out data tables and still do all the analysis and calculations with that data, and that they've seen the setup and the procedure of how the lab functions. So they just didn't have to do the tricky part of setting it up themselves. Oopsie. So we, of course, are prepping. It is AP Physics and are prepping for the AP Physics exam, although my main goal is just to get students ready for college physics. That is my number one priority. It is great if kids can score high on the AP Physics exam and maybe get out of taking it in college. But many students even want to retake a course, especially if they are a major in the subject. So let's see, what do we have? Student expectations. So students need to be able to analyze experiments, be able to use algebraic equations. We do a little bit of geometry, but it's only sine, cosine, and tangent, and I will definitely work with students for that. Have basic understanding of slope and area of graph we will be using, and like I said, basic trig functions. I expect the students will be getting a textbook. It is a very good textbook. It's Giancoli's Physics. Really, really great resource for the students. And I expect as we are moving through chapters that students keep up with the chapter. If we are in chapter 1, by the time we're at the end of chapter 1, that they have read chapter 1. Reading a textbook, especially a physics textbook, is nothing like reading a novel. So I expect reading just a couple of pages a day. That's a lot of content that is in the textbook, and that would be just fine. Big expectations, which is tricky this year, is that when students do hand in work online, that is their own thought and material. Obviously, students can get help from other students, but direct copying and other ways that the work is not of their own is not acceptable. And this is a very tricky area in the times of this online and remote teaching. Students are expected to get help from the textbook, from me. I will have office hours where they can sign up for different times, both in the morning and the afternoon. They can get help from fellow students. I know they're getting really good at either FaceTiming or Zooming. I'm going to be doing breakout sessions in my Zooms where students can work on problems live in class, not just be separated and doing it in work time where they feel isolated. I want them to be able to get help from me, from their students. You can use online resources. There's a lot out there to get some help if they're struggling with a particular worksheet. There's going to be lots of opportunities to get help before an assignment is due. All assignments, this is kind of in a test phase, but I'm trying to make all assignments due on Thursday at 3 p.m., kind of like end of school day. So students have multiple days to get an assignment in. It's assigned that day and it's, due that day. There's going to be at least a couple of days where they'll have that assignment and be able to get help, get office hours, talk to their friends, email me, whatever needs to happen. All right. Like I said, all my work is posted on Canvas. And so if you miss something, you don't miss it. You really have now availability of all work and help, even on Canvas. Evaluation, tests and quizzes are 40%. Summative labs, so these are, again, labs that students are expected to have analyzed data and come to some conclusions. That's 30%. And then formative classwork and some summative is another 30%. So that's the breakdown for this class. Exams, school is still working that out a little bit, but exams should be 20% of their semester grade. Here, this is our first assignment for students, is that they will be having you sign this and they sign it and then having this uploaded. And then I will get my first chance at using SpeedGrader to grade online work. Another form available on Canvas is just a outline for the course that does a little more detail on all the things that we are doing. So if you happen to know physics and are just curious what areas we're hitting and how we're hitting it, here you can see our first real unit when we hit physics is kinematics, and you can see the types of labs we are going to be doing and the detail of what we're doing. Some things change a little bit in this, but generally you get a good idea on each chapter when those units hit, and the labs that we're planning on doing, the main guiding questions that AP likes to see with this, and that students can kind of feel on track. All right, so that's a great little thing to look at and kind of get a feel of the topics that this course covers. At the end of the year, well, we have to see when. Hopefully, we will be back, in face when we get to electricity. I love doing electricity in the winter because it's nice and dry and we can do some great static experiments. So sometimes that's not our last unit. I kind of squeeze it in a little bit before waves and circular motion so that we have it nice and dry and we can do some great labs and some great hands-on. All right. If you have any other questions about the material in this course or my expectations, or if your student has some extra needs or different things, you can just email me, or we can even set up a Zoom with you as well. All right. Thank you.